Transfer complete.
So, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Now Timmy 66. I'm actually, there we go. Now we're safe because I'm going to be driving, and I told you guys I'm a professional, right? You believe me, right? Anyway, let's talk about addiction. Come on. So, as I had mentioned in my previous video, I want to talk about addiction. And the reason I want to talk about addiction is because I want, first of all, look, I've overcome some major addictions in my life. And you know what, guys? Honestly, if I can overcome addictions, anybody can. And there's nothing special about me except for the fact that a lot of times, well, I'm kind of weak. So what kind of addictions are there out there? There's addiction to alcohol. There's addiction to cigarettes. Where's my cigarettes? I'm just kidding. There's addiction to drugs, illicit drugs, marijuana, cocaine, crack, methamphetamine. There's addictions beyond that, though. There's addictions to food. There's addictions to coffee. There's addictions to everything, man. We're all addicted. Prescription medication. Trade one for the other, right? And in a lot of ways, with my addiction, which was alcohol, honestly, I did trade that addiction for another addiction. I traded the addiction of drinking to the addiction of pink stockings. Just kidding. I traded that addiction for motorcycles. I replaced one unhealthy, bad addiction with a really good addiction. And you may say, well, that's not really safe, right? I mean, motorcycles, you get killed. My argument to you on that is you get killed crossing the street. So I think a lot of times what we do is we'll trade one addiction for another addiction. One of my least favorite programs in the entire world, Alcoholics Anonymous. You know what a lot of the Alcoholics Anonymous people do after the AA meeting? They go to the GA meeting, the Gamblers Anonymous meeting. As you guys can probably tell and surmise, I didn't use AA to stop drinking. I didn't use AA to do anything except for probably drink more. And you say, well, drink more. That's not what AA is about. But for me, AA didn't work. And if it works for you, great. I don't hate you. I just don't like the program for me personally. Because it makes you look at yourself as someone that is diseased. Like it's some big mysterious disease that you have. Some disease. Some deep, dark, mysterious disease. And I didn't like putting myself in that boat. Because I realized something. If I want to quit doing something, I don't pick it up and I don't consume the alcohol. I don't pick the cigarette up and take a drag. I don't take the pill and put it in my mouth and physically swallow it. That's how you stop. And you say, well, you can't do that. Yes, you can. If you want it bad enough. All those people sitting in AA, all those people in the other treatment programs similar to AA are doing the same thing that I did. But I did it without having a book to tell me that I had to work through a bunch of steps, that I had to do this and that I had to do that to be able to stay sober, and that I had to tell another alcoholic my story, and all the other things that go on with AA, which I totally do not agree with. So, if you're an AA person, you probably have already stopped watching. If you're considering AA, here's my advice to you. Check it out, because it does work for some people, okay? I'm not saying, it just didn't work for me. My personality did not fit that type of outlook on life. It wasn't the outlook I wanted for myself. It wasn't that I wanted to forget that I had a problem. It's that I wanted to actually put it behind me. I didn't want to have to keep going to meetings over and over and over again to remind me of my past mistakes. Because all that did for me personally was make me want to drink again. It wasn't about forgetting about it. It was about putting it behind me and facing life on life's terms and really honestly moving on with life. That's why AA didn't work for me. And if it works for you, I'm not down on you. I'm just saying it didn't work for me. And me personally, I hate that program. The reason why I dislike that program so much is my own personal belief, honestly, that it sets you up as somebody that's a victim. When really, you're not a victim. You're just a person that decides to use something to mask how bad you're feeling. You're a person that decides to use something to give you some temporary relief from the pain that you're feeling. That can be overcome without a 12-step program. So now you say, okay, genius, you're so smart, you know more than AA. You're so smart, you know more than those experts that recommend AA. You're so smart, you know more than my doctor who recommends I go to an AA program. How come you're so smart? How come you figured it out? And how come, well, you didn't need it, but yet you stay sober? How, Mr. Expert, not Timmy, did you actually accomplish it? I'm going to tell you guys exactly how in the next couple of episodes. I'm going to delve deep into my past. I'm going to delve deep into my story a little bit more, give you guys a better understanding of it. And then more importantly, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how you can do it, how you can quit without failing and falling back on it once you're finally completely done. Guys, thanks so much if you made it this far, thanks for watching the video. There'll be more to come soon. Everybody have a great day. And oh, by the way, no, I don't wear the same shirt over and over again. I just filmed 2 videos in one day. That's all. Truthfully. Everybody have a good day.